Crazy sales in the month of November with more than 2,500 of new units sold by developers. So as we all know, EOK, Chuan Park, Nava Grove and a few other developments have done very well for the month of November. But of course, what's next? So coming to you in January 2025, we have the Orie at Toa Payoh. So in this video, I'm going to deep dive into the Orie and also other developments or some of the price points that you need to take note when considering this project. Before I start sharing, if you love videos like this, do help me like, share and subscribe. So first off, let's take a look at how Orie looks like. So this is the perspective that the developer have gave us. So looking at this, we're going to expect two 40-story towers coming into Toa Payoh. Based on what we see here, it looks like it's going to be pretty iconic when you come into Toa Payoh. But there's some things to take note is that this development do comes with a bit of special design. If I zoom in over here, you can see we are having some of the RC ledge as your design at few of the stories or in front of certain units. So when choosing some of the units in Orie, this is something you need to take note of. Orie actually takes inspiration from the Japanese word means origami. So it's not Oreo or anything. So it's just origami. So for the Orie, pretty straightforward. We are just about 5 minutes walk to Braddon MRT station. So for those that are very familiar in Toa Payoh, of course we have our Gem Residences, we have our Trevista just around the corner, which is something that we're going to talk about later. Just some details on the Orie before I go into the analysis. Like what I mentioned, we're going to expect two blocks of 40-story apartments, of course with your landscape deck, basement car parks and your facilities. So we are located in the RCR District 12, so a few familiar projects that you might know in this district. This is a 99 years leasehold development, total unit 777. Beautiful number. Expected date of vacant possession is going to be 31st May 2030, so about 5 years from now. But usually depends, you might be 2 years earlier, you might get your keys by 2028. But don't quote me. Estimated parking lots about 6 to 7 lots including 19 electrical lots and 5 accessible lots. Okay, so these are your architects, landscape consultants, your builders and the project interior designer. The Orie is going to be developed by CDL, Fraser and Sekisui House. When it comes to CDL, there's one thing that you do not have to worry about is the quality of their build. And whenever you visit any developments done by CDL, you realize that the entrance is always very grand and the feeling when you enter development, you always feel like this is really a fantastic development. This is a very important factor when it comes to a resale factor because whenever a buyer comes into a development, they need to feel good about what they are seeing and they need to have the best experience when they enter the development. You might already know this, the last time Toa Payoh had any new launch was many years ago, but most importantly, we need to understand the project performance in the resale market as well for developments that were launched previously. So over here, we have Gem Residences and Trevista. Both are also pretty near to Braddon MRT station. For Gem Residences, is right opposite the Orie. Trevista TOP 2011, Gem Residences TOP in 2019. But over here, you can see something very unique. So the orange line over here is actually Gem Residences and the blue line is Trevista. So Trevista is an older development, but surprisingly, you can see if I were to put the starting point at 2016 till 2024, which is today, Trevista actually made more profit than Gem Residences despite being older. So the question is why? So usually for 99-year lease, we always talk about lease decay and it's always better to get a newer development so that you can have more capital appreciation. So in this case, it's slightly different. You can realize that Trevista being older actually outperformed Gem Residences. So the question is, so is it worth going into the Orie still? Now let's take a look at the prices. So for Trevista, the 1 bedroom goes up to 1.18 million, 2 bedroom goes up to 1.87 million, 3 bedroom goes up to 2.39 million, and 4 bedroom up to 3.2 million. Right. So Gem Residences, 1 bedroom 950,000, 2 bedroom 1.46 million, 3 bedrooms 2.18 million, 4 bedrooms 2.988 million, and 5 bedroom 2.65 million. When we are comparing these developments with the Orie, we really need to take a look at the per square feet that was actually transacted in these two developments. Quantum-wise, we also can see that for the bigger units, buyers are willing to pay such a huge amount in Toa Payoh. So when comparing resale developments, there's a few things that usually affects the performance. Number one is the facilities. Number two, the design or maybe the quality of the development. Number three is the layout. So over the years of my experience, I realized that layout is actually a huge factor when buyers look into resale properties because space is usually what the buyers are concerned of. So now let's take a look. Let's first compare the one bedroom layout between Trevista and Gem Residences. So for Trevista, the smaller one bedroom is 463 square feet. When you enter from the entrance, you will then open up to the living area, balcony. Of course, the master room, you realize is actually an open concept master room. And then we go for the 1+ study. A pretty good layout. You enter straight left side your dining. You got a semi-enclosed type of kitchen, which is pretty rare for your 1 bedroom. proper study room that you can fit up to a single bed or maybe even a queen size bed. And then for balcony wise, pretty straightforward. It's a very rectangular balcony, but I think living space wise over here for 1 bed plus study is pretty wide, which I think could be a good selling point. But for the 1 plus study, it then comes with a proper master room with an attached bathroom. So in comparison, let's take a look at Gem Residences 1 bedroom. When you enter the unit, turn right, you will see an L-shaped kitchen. The struggle over here is that there isn't any designated dining area. Can't really figure out where to put your dining besides the balcony. Your standard attached master room with a toilet, but you can see the balcony is actually split between the AC ledge and the balcony. When you enter your living room, you will see a sliding door that partially goes to the balcony, and then you will see a space that is being blocked out. So in comparison, if you were to put side by side, the 1 bedroom in Gem Residences is actually slightly narrower than Trevista. Next, let's take a look at the 2 bedroom for Trevista. When you enter from the living area, turn left will be your kitchen. When you head into the living room, pretty spacious. I like it when we have a proper dining area, and same thing for your balcony, rectangular, and then for your common room and master room can fit up a queen size bed, no problem. Same for the bigger 2 bedroom at Trevista. Now let's take a look at Gem Residences. So for Gem Residences, when you enter, you realize for both layout, it actually comes with a kitchen that is by the walkway. This is something very common in the market right now, but does it affect the resaleability? It depends. What do you think? Comment down below. So this unit, when you enter, like I mentioned, you can see that there isn't a proper dining space, and same thing, AC ledge is actually taking part of the balcony space. And this is what I mentioned over here. This space might look a bit awkward when you enter the unit. So for the 2 bedroom premium, you can see on your left side, you have your common room, your master room. Pretty good size, you can fit queen size bed for both, but what we can see over here is the design of the balcony. So between these 2 layouts, which one do you think is more functional, more spacious, and give you better enjoyment? So for me, Trevista wins for 2 bedroom. Now let's go to 3 bedroom. For Trevista, when we enter into the unit, left side we have an L-shaped dining area, which is pretty good. You can just do your built-ins, you can do a storage by the wall, and then pretty similar to 2 bedroom, living room opens up to a balcony, and on your left will be all your bedrooms that can fit up to a queen size bed and the master up to a king size bed as well. Pretty nice and functional layout on your left side. So for the kitchen, on the left side you have your WC, and most importantly comes with a bomb shelter, or you can use it as your storeroom as well. So now let's take a look at Gem Residences 3 bedroom. So for the 3-bedder executive, when you enter a unit, enclosed kitchen, opens up to your balcony, and I really love this balcony space because it's a proper balcony space. You can fit a dining area, you can fit some chairs there as well, no problem. And for this layout, I think it's pretty good as compared to the 2 bedroom and 1 bedroom. Functional bedrooms can fit up to 2 king size bed, and master room, no problem as per usual. 3 bedroom premium, the only difference is that you have your utility room in your kitchen, and for the master room, it actually comes with a walk-in wardrobe, which I think is pretty nice for Gem Residences. For Trevista and Gem Residences 3 bedroom, they're pretty much on par in my opinion. Both are pretty functional. Balcony space is fine, bedroom space is good as well. Now let's go to the 4 bedroom. At one glance, I can see pretty clearly that the advantage that Trevista have against Gem Residences, which is the huge living area upon the entrance of the place. So you can see you have a very wide and spacious dining area. On your right side, you got a dry kitchen, wet kitchen, and then your yard and your bomb shelter as well. So all the bedrooms, very spacious, master room, king size bed, no problem. Gem Residences, pretty straightforward. When you enter, turn right, your kitchen, your store. But something very unique about Gem Residences is that the kitchen comes with a balcony at the back. So as a huge family, you do your laundry really often. I think this is a good space for you to hang your clothes, to dry your clothes. As you can see, for the 4 bedroom at Gem Residences, it actually comes with a smaller balcony. So how about the bedrooms? For Gem Residences, the master bedroom is better, more squarish. Your walkway is more spacious. And in terms of the placements of your bedrooms compared to Trevista is that you have 3 bedrooms facing outside, and then only one of your common room facing the back of your unit. So you can see from here. So for bedroom 4, you will actually face another unit at the back. But for Trevista wise, you will see that you have 2 bedrooms, bedroom 2 and 3 facing the back. Meanwhile, you have 2 bedrooms facing the outside. So for 5 bedroom, Trevista doesn't come with any 5-bedder. So the only comparison Gem Residences can compare will be with the Orie's 5 bedroom. So back to this trend over here, why is Trevista, an older development, performing similar to a newly TOP development like a Gem Residences? Is likely because of an efficient layout or a better layout compared to Gem Residences. Now that we have compared the difference between Trevista and Gem Residences, now let's take a look at the Orie. Let's go through Orie's site plan first. Most importantly, while considering Orie, we also need to understand more about Gem Residences. Back then, when Gem Residences was launched, the biggest struggle that the developer had was actually the proximity to the temple over here. But ultimately, the developer still managed to fully sell out the development. What we can see for the Orie is actually a very well planned out site plan over here. So the first thing to take note, you can see that the Orie is actually a north-south orientated development. The developer actually planned as much as possible for the orientation of the units to be either the north or south facing, which is a bonus to many. So when you are choosing your unit or choosing the facing, you need to know that what's in front of you and what's surrounding you. So for the south facing, you can see at the bottom right corner that we actually have a 19-story HDB over here, and the bottom left, pretty near to our development, actually comes with a 4-story. So for the south facing, you're actually having a city view. From 5th or 6th level onwards, more or less, your view is not blocked, or you have a pretty good distance from the next building in front. For the north facing, not much to worry about. As you can see, from your unit to the 12-story HDB is actually 90 meters, which is pretty far apart as well. But just in case you want to have the best view possible, or you want to make sure that you're going to have an unblocked view, clearing 13, 14, 15 stories, more or less, you're going to have an unblocked view. So if you ask me, the advantage of Orie versus the other developments in the market right now is actually the view. The higher you go, the nicer the view you're going to have. Not so much of blockage, and pretty much most of the units are going to enjoy this in this development. Now that we understand what's surrounding us, let's look into the individual floor plans. Choosing a unit with a good layout is very, very important, because like what I mentioned, when you buy a new build, what's more important is the experience of a buyer when it comes to view your unit when it becomes a resale unit. Because whenever we go to a show flat, the show flat is meant to be done nicely to attract you, to entice you to buy the unit. But most importantly, when we study the floor plan, we need to understand the efficiency and the differences of each unit type. So this is the 1-bedroom plus study for the Orie. As you can see, when we enter the entrance, on your left side, you have your kitchen, open concept kitchen. On your right, which I think is pretty nice, is a study area, which you can also close up to become your store area as well. When you enter left side, proper dining area that you can have, which is pretty nice. Because for some of the units in the resale market, I do see some of the kitchens are being extended all the way to the living area, which denies you any space for dining space at all. And for the toilet wise, you have a Jack and Jill toilet. If you have guests coming to your house, no worries, they can use your toilet as well. They don't have to go into your master room. For master room, pretty generous. You can see you can fit a queen size bed. You can put 2 side tables as well, no problem. So all in all, this 1 plus study is pretty functional. Balcony wise, not too big. You can put your dining table out there as well, no problem. So how much will this cost you in the Orie? So as we know, the developer have roughly dropped us some hint that from mid-level onwards, which is about level 20, you have average per square feet for about 2.7k per square feet. So let's say if you're not being blessed by a very good balloting number, and let's say you're buying 20 and above, let's take 2,007 per square feet as a gauge. So 517 square feet times $2,007, you're going to cost you 1.395 million. So in comparison to Gem Residences and Trevista, it's actually a pretty huge gap in terms of pricing. But in terms of rental wise, to be honest, it's not going to make a huge difference. Probably as a new development, you might be able to command a slightly higher price, but in terms of rental yield, you might not be able to fetch as good as the rest. So if you're someone looking for capital appreciation, to be very honest, even at the average price of 2.7k per square feet, it actually comes in a pretty high entry price. If you're someone looking for own stay, you're going to stay in Toa Payoh for the next 10, 15, 20 years, and you really love Toa Payoh, you love the view that you're going to have from this unit, no problem, you can own it, but of course you need to understand that if you're looking for a return in terms of investment, capital appreciation, this might not give you what you are looking at. So for 1 bedrooms, you're at stack 14 and stack 4, either north or south facing, not much of a difference. So probably the premium units is going to be stack 14, as it's going to be a city view. So if you're someone who are more price sensitive, you can look out for stack 4. But of course, the level difference will definitely make a difference. And let's see how it goes during the balloting day. Now to the 2 bedroom. Usually for 2 bedrooms, especially for new launches, we always encourage the buyers to actually look into 2 bed, 2 bath. But for the Orie, I think it's very unique, because if we were to look into the site plan, we realize that the placement of the 2 bed, 1 bath is actually in between this space over here. So what does this mean? Is actually that this unit comes with additional window in the unit. So let me show you. So for 2 bed, 1 bath, firstly, I love it because when you enter the unit, it comes with a semi-enclosed kitchen. It's tucked into the right side. And very rarely we actually see a 2 bed, 1 bath that comes with a window in the kitchen. On the left side, it actually comes with a dining area. If you are looking to have a proper dining space, you do not wish that this master bath Jack and Jill door affects your dining area, you can actually seal this up, no problem. And then you have a very nice L-shaped corner for your dining area. So next thing, when you enter the unit, proper size dining, and then you will see you have a dumbbell bedrooms on your left and your right. So for master, you can fit a king size, no issue. Right side, in your common room, you can actually fit up to a king size. So for this layout, even though it's a 2 bed, 1 bath, I feel that the layout is really functional, and having an additional window at your kitchen really helps in your day-to-day living. So for a unit like this, with the average per square feet, let's use 592 times $2,007 per square feet, it's going to cost you about 1,598 million. But let's say if you go to a lower floor at a lower price, let's say at a 2.5k per square feet, let's see how much it's going to be. It's going to be at 1.48 million. Earlier, when we look at the one bedroom pricing, if you look at an average 2.7k per square feet, it's actually at 1.395. And for the two bedroom compact, it's actually at 1.48 million if we are able to get a unit at 2.5k per square feet. So the gap is actually very narrow between a 1 plus study and a two bedroom compact if you are being blessed with a very good ballot number and you get to choose a lower per square feet unit. So this is something worth considering. Next will be your two bedroom, or we call it a two bedroom compact. Pretty straightforward. It's in between the units. So like I mentioned, the only two bedroom that comes with a window in the kitchen is actually the 2 bed 1 bath. So when we enter, tuck-in kitchen on your right side, and left and right your bedrooms, pretty straightforward layout. So for type bed 1, your 2 bed 1 bath is going to be your stack 5 and your stack 15. So like I mentioned, if you clear high enough for the south facing, it's actually a city view. So the premium, likely the developer is going to load onto stack 15. So if you think you wish to have a lower entry, then you can consider looking into stack 5. For type B2, it's going to be your stack 6 and your stack 16. Same thing, same concept in terms of your unit selection. This is the same view as your 2 bed 1 bath. So in terms of balloting, you're going to really monitor the price and see how it goes and choose the best unit that you prefer. Now to the bigger unit of the 2 bedrooms. Type B3, the 2 bedroom premium, the biggest difference is actually the layout of the unit. So this is your conventional turn right or turn left layout where your bedrooms is on one side. And then next thing, you can see the 2 bedroom premium, the only downside is that it doesn't come with a tuck-in or enclosed kitchen, but this is an L-shaped kitchen, not bad as well, because when you have this L-shaped kitchen, you can actually place your dining table right in front. In terms of size-wise, it's only 32 square feet difference. So if you think the layout doesn't really bother you too much and you are just looking for something of a lower entry price, probably the smaller 2 bedroom will be something that you can look at. So for 32 square feet, if you times $2,007 per square feet, it's actually a 86,000 difference between the premium unit and the normal 2 bedroom 2 bath unit. Type B4S, 2 bedroom premium plus study. Biggest difference is of course that this 2 bedroom premium comes with a tuck-in kitchen, and what you can see here is actually a glass window or glass panel that can see through your kitchen to the living area, definitely letting more light into the unit. And what I like about this unit is actually it comes with a pretty sizable study area that can fit up to a single bed as well. This is a dumbbell layout, so bedroom 2 comes with a Jack and Jill toilet entrance. So you can also choose to seal this up in terms of the living room entrance for your bedroom 2, and you can actually have 2 master rooms within this unit. For this layout, it's pretty functional, and if the price difference between lower floor 2 bedroom premium plus study and higher floor 2 bedroom premium isn't too much of a difference, or at the same price, I would actually recommend for you to go to the 2 bedroom premium plus study. Because for this layout, there are many functions that you can use. You can use it for your own stay, you can actually rent it out as well. Imagine having 2 master rooms, you can actually rent out at a higher rental as well. Something to take note about this unit, as I mentioned that this development comes with extra design on the facade of development. So for this unit, it comes with this RC latch over here. So this RC latch is actually visible from your unit or from your bedroom or even your balcony. So this is something you need to take note of. For these 2 types of premium 2 bedroom are all inward facing. So for this one, you can see the 2 bedroom premium and plus study is actually facing inside, which is your north, and then the other one facing here. So if you ask me, the only units that might be blocked is only your stack 19 and stack 9. But in general, the frontage is fine enough, you wouldn't be too blocked in terms of how the developer designed the 2 towers. Now let's move to 3 bedroom. For this 3 bedroom, even though in terms of sizing wise it's only 850 square feet, but I really think that if you're an upgrader and you're really looking to move towards the central or closer to central, and you do not wish to burst your bank or you do not want to have a big move in terms of your quantum, this is actually really worth considering. So this is 850 square feet. So like I mentioned, the average per square feet is actually 2.7k per square feet. If you are able to get a good bank number, you might be able to get one at 2.5k per square feet. And let's say if a higher level all the way, a high floor unit with unblocked view at 3k per square feet, what's going to be the price expectation? Let's use 2.5k per square feet. So 850 square feet times 2.5k per square feet is actually barely 2.2 million at about 2.125 million, which actually makes it a very good entry price into RCR area and still having 3 proper bedrooms, a proper kitchen, and comes with a storeroom as well. Let's say at 2.7k per square feet, you are going to range at about 2.295 million, and at 3k per square feet, it's going to cost you about 2.55 million. But if you ask me, with OCR 3 bedroom already crossing 2.4 million, 2.5 million, owning a 3 bedroom RCR at less than 2.5 million is actually really attractive. And for upgraders or just starting a family, do not have too many members in your family, this is a layout that you can really consider. Compared to the other 3-bedroom premium, this actually comes with a shorter walkway, which some of you might appreciate. So on your left side, straight away, it will be your common bath or Jack and Jill toilet to your bedroom too. Like what I mentioned, this bedroom can also turn into your second junior master as well. Right side, your proper enclosed kitchen with a glass panel that looks through your living area, and most importantly, which is very rare in the market, is having a 3-bedroom. And like what I mentioned, it's really rare for a 3-bedroom compact unit to come with a store as well. And for this store, it's a very squarish layout, and imagine yourself putting an L-shaped rack over here. It's actually a really nice place to have to store all your items. Same thing, a proper dining space, and for the living area, you will realize that it's slightly longer. You can fit up to a 4-seater, and for the TV area, it's also wider as well. So if you are someone looking to get a 50, 60, 70, 80 inch or 85 inch, this unit might be able to fulfill that because of the length of the living area. Balcony wise, pretty standard. You can fit a dining area inside, no problem. Like what I mentioned, this is a really good entry 3-bedroom unit into the RCR region. To keep a lookout on this. So for this layout, you'll be looking at stack 16 and stack 6. So for the 3-bedroom premium, we have the 1023 square feet and also the 1044 square feet. So the biggest difference between these two layouts is actually the walkway area. So for the 1023, you have a shorter walkway, 1044, a slightly longer walkway. So it really depends on your preference. So for layout wise, in comparison to other developments in the market right now, I can see that we have a very long kitchen over here, and then of course extends out to your yard and the WC, and it comes with a home shelter, which is your bomb shelter or storeroom. And this comes with your pretty standard layout with all your bedrooms tucked onto one side, but you can actually take note of the master room. The master room can fit a king size bed, and you have a lot of space over here as well. And what I really like about the master room is really squarish over here, so it's pretty easy for you to move around. And also for the dining area, in terms of the floor plan, the developer drew a 6-seater, but you can see we do have extra space over here as well, so meaning that you can fit up to 8-seater as well. For the 3-bedroom premium, you'll be looking at the stack 7 and stack 13. The only thing that you need to take note for stack 13 is that we are actually diagonally facing the 19-story HDB. But to me, it's still about 100 meters away. But if you want to make sure to have a guaranteed view for this stack, make sure to clear 20 stories and above. So for the Orie, the developer actually gave you something unique over here in this development, which is a 3-bedroom dual key. Unlike your typical dual key, the studio over here actually doesn't come with a kitchen. It's only a pantry area with your sink, your washer dryer and your fridge over here. But from the floor plan, you can actually see that the length of the room is pretty good. Even if you fit a queen size bed, the walkway in front of the bed is actually pretty wide, even with a wardrobe in front. So from the entrance, if you turn left and enter, it will be your studio, and turn right will be your main house, which is a 2-bed, 2-bath configuration. So for this layout, there's a few ways that you can look at it. You can be a 2-bed, 2-bath owner and you need a store like what we have over here, but you also wish to receive some rental income, and that's when you can rent out a studio area to cover for your mortgage. So for this layout, it comes with a kitchen that is attached to the balcony. So you can imagine you wash your clothes because your washer dryer is in the kitchen. So once you're done, you just bring out to the balcony and then you can dry them in your balcony as well. So it's pretty convenient in terms of the configuration. And for this unit, it comes with a bomb shelter. So for the main house, for the 2-bed, 2-bath, you actually have enough space to have your storage as well. In terms of bedroom, the Orie, hands down, very spacious, very generous in terms of the bedroom. Common room, you can fit a queen size bed. For master room, you can fit a king size, no problem, a lot more space to move around. This layout not only caters to investors who are looking to rent out a studio. So imagine you're a 3-gen family, you have your parents, yourself and your kids at home, and your parents really want to have their space of their own. Actually, this layout is really good for that. Because for your parents, they can actually have their own master room, either at the main house or at the studio unit, and it actually gives you guys a space in between, and both the owners of the house can have their own privacy in their own rooms. So for this layout, not just for investors, I also recommend for 3-gen family looking to house together but still maintain the privacy as much as possible. So for this stack, it's only a stack 3, meaning you're north facing, so pretty straightforward. Just look out for the pricing, looking either between 2.5k to 3k per square feet. Now let's go to 4-bedroom. So for 4-bedroom, we have two type D1 and type D2. Both are 1216 square feet. So the only difference is actually the walkway. So you can see for type D1, straight in. From the type D2, you have to enter and turn right. So the biggest difference between a 4-bedroom in the Orie and example Gem or Trevista is that all the bedrooms are facing outwards. You can see from here. Your master bedroom, bedroom 2, bedroom 3, bedroom 4 is all the same facing. So regardless whether you're buying the north or the south, it's all the same facing. So unlike the other layouts from other developments, you might have 2 bedrooms that are tucked at the back or 1 bedroom tucked at the back. So for all the bedrooms, you don't have to worry about the sunlight. It's going to be very well lit. And of course, for 4-bedroom, we can fit a 8-seater over here. Enclosed kitchen, comes with a yard, comes with a bomb shelter. So, but there's only one thing you need to take note about the Orie 4-bedroom. So now let's do a calculation. 2,007 per square feet times 1,216 square feet. A 4-bedroom here will cost you about 3.28 million. So the thing is, people who are willing to pay 3 million plus, they will definitely be expecting a bit of return or in terms of lifestyle. So for me, the only thing about a 4-bedroom in the Orie is actually the size of the living area. So if you compare this with the layout of Trevista or maybe Gem Residences, you can realize that the living room is slightly smaller. So when you enter this unit, you can visualize that you will not be enjoying a huge space or very grand welcome from your unit. Other than that, I feel that this unit is very well planned out and efficient because all bedrooms you can fit up to a queen size bed and you have walkway on the left and right. So in terms of livability, this unit is actually very functional. So for these two 4-bedrooms, it's either the Stack 8 or Stack 17. So based on this, very likely the premium is going to be loaded onto 17. So like what I mentioned, if you think that price is more important than the view, you can check out Stack 8 and compare in terms of pricing. But of course, if you can get a Stack 17 unblocked view versus Stack 8, probably Stack 17 is something that you will consider. 4-bedroom plus study, pretty similar, almost similar to a 4-bedroom. The only difference is that the living room is slightly wider. You can see from the floor plan because the dining table, they put it horizontal instead of vertical in the floor plan. And the study room is almost big enough to fit a single bed. So this can potentially be your 5-bedroom. In terms of the bedroom wise, everything else is pretty similar. So similar to the 4-bedrooms, all the bedrooms are facing outwards. So for this, you will be looking at Stack 18 facing inwards and facing the other 4-bedroom in front as well. So just do some calculations. So imagine there's a premium that's being charged on a smaller 4-bedroom. For example, if a Stack 17 level 30 or 40 is being sold at a certain price, but you can actually own a 4-bedroom plus study at the lower floor at Stack 18 at the same price, which one do you think is better? Now to the last layout in the Orie, 5-bedroom. The biggest unit type in the Orie. So this is a 1453 square feet unit. So in terms of per square feet, like I mentioned, 2007 times 1453, you'll be looking at about 3.9 million, but of course, a lower floor might cost lower. So gauge yourself if you're looking for a 5-bedroom, this is the amount that you're going to pay. Of course, at this price tag, the developer will do their best to give you the best possible layout and in terms of efficiency when it comes to staying over here. So for all the 5-bedrooms over here comes with a private lift. So for the owners, when you take the private lift, you enter the private lobby, turn left, you will go straight to your dry kitchen or your dining area. And then on your right side is going to be your living and balcony. Nothing too fancy about the living area, pretty straightforward. But you can see that the balcony is almost the size of the living area. So can you imagine you would zip track this down all the way, you actually can open up to a very big chill out area or dining area as well. For units with private lift, usually comes with a back door or a side door. So usually these doors are used to collect your delivery, your Lala Move, your Grab food, etc. And also for those with helpers, it's actually an access door for them to enter and then to just hit in straight to the kitchen without walking through the main entrance. So from the back door, when you enter, it's going to be your wet kitchen, your yard and your WC. And for your bomb shelter or your storeroom is on your left side. Pretty functional. Your kitchen is almost like being hidden away from the house right on the left side with the back door. For bedrooms, you have 4 rooms facing outside. For bedroom 2, 3 and 4, or you can fit queen size bed. And for the junior master room that comes with its own attached bathroom, you can actually fit up to a king size if you want to. As usual, master room, very spacious. Even with a king size bed, you can put a side table at the side, no problem. In Toa Payoh, there's actually a huge shortage of 5-bedroom, and you can see that the Orie is actually building quite a number of 5-bedrooms and bringing them into Toa Payoh. So who will be buying these houses in future probably are your landed downgraders or your 4-bedroom upgraders around the vicinity. So for the 5-bedrooms, you'll be getting from Stack 12 and Stack 2. So same thing, almost guaranteed the unblocked view. Now that we have run through the resale comparison and also within the development, the floor plans comparison, and the rough gauge of the pricing that we should be expecting. So now let's take a look at whether Orie is being priced reasonably and what should we expect when they're going to launch. In order for us to have a good estimation, let's take a look at the past launches. Now let's take a look at Norwood Grand. This is actually at Woodlands, OCR. Almost sell-out project. You can see the lowest per square feet done was 1895 per square feet, average per square feet done 2080 per square feet, and then highest per square feet was done at 2.252 per square feet. So if you are looking at Orie and you hope that the developer actually launch below 2.3k per square feet, I can tell you the chances is very low. Because for Woodlands already transacted at 2.52 per square feet. So minimally you're looking at 2.3 and above. Next will be Nava Grove, also launched alongside with EOK Chuan Park as well. Lowest per square feet 2209, average 2452, and the highest per square feet at 2703 per square feet. And I really want to take a look at this is the highest quantum that was done was actually 4.319 million. So when you're comparing in terms of pricing for the 4-bedroom and 5-bedroom, based on this transaction, people have already paid prices in locations like this. Next will be this development that's all over the news, which is Emerald of Katong EOK. So lowest per square feet done 2387 per square feet, average 2637. Highest per square feet done is 2967 per square feet. So if you ask me, will Orie break 3K per square feet being developed by renowned developer? To me is possible. So you must be ready to accept 3K per square feet at the Orie. Alright, next will be Chuan Park, also OCR as well, but really near the MRT station. Lowest per square feet done 2269 per square feet, average 2586 per square feet, highest per square feet done was 2765 per square feet. So you can see based on here, the average per square feet for Nava Grove, Emerald Katong, and also Chuan Park is ranging between 2.45 to actually 2.6K per square feet. So if you ask me, are you able to secure any unit at Orie below 2.7K per square feet? Is actually possible. But in order to secure units like this, of course your expectation in terms of the level wise, you will go lower, and in terms of the view, you might not get the best view in the Orie. So these are the numbers that as a buyer by a new launch must know, because when you're in the queuing for a unit, you need to know whether you're getting a good deal, you're paying an average price, or are you overpaying in the development itself. So if you're a new launch buyer in the market out there exploring options and wish for me to take part in your purchase journey, do PM me. Last but not least, why Orie? So let's say if today Orie were to launch at a very attractive price, for example, Norwood Grand, developer actually mentioned that they will launch at 2.1K, 2.2K per square feet. But in the end, the lowest per square feet done was actually 1.895 per square feet. So what if this were to happen for Orie? So now let's take a look. Based on our discussion, the average per square feet for the Orie is going to be roughly 2.6K to 2.7K per square feet. So now let's take a look at the price comparison in the last 12 months in the OCR. So this list over here is actually based on the highest volume of OCR units transacted with their development. So number one is Chuan Park. You can see that the max per square feet was actually done at 2765 per square feet. Lentor Mansion done at 2476 per square feet. Norwood Grand 2252. Hugh Haven 2354. So you can see that the max per square feet in OCR have already crossed a certain benchmark. Now let's sort these developments by highest per square feet. Now take a look at this. This is the max per square feet done in the OCR launches for the past 12 months. So number one, we have the Jayden, minimum per square feet 2363 per square feet, average per square feet 2582, and highest transacted per square feet was actually 2832 per square feet for OCR project. Next will be your Chuan Park 27, Lake Garden 25, Hulot Green 25, Lentoria 25, Sora 25, Lentor Mansion 24, and so on and so forth. So why am I sharing this with you is because the Orie being an RCR project, if you are able to secure a price or a per square feet very similar to the max per square feet transacted in the OCR region, you're actually making a very safe purchase, and the chances of you profiting from your purchase is way higher. Now to the RCR transactions. This is the price comparison done in the last 12 months for the RCR. So of course for the top transactor is actually EOK, sold 840 units. Highest transacted per square feet was 2967, average at 2637 per square feet, and then you can see all the max per square feet at 27. Even at the continuum of freehold project have already cost 3K per square feet. Pine Tree Hill 27, Tembusu 2.7, Mayor Blue 3.5, Grand Diamond 2.9. So now let's sort these transactions by the max per square feet done. So highest per square feet done in RCR for the past 12 months is actually firstly done by Union Square, Mayor Blue, Canning Hill, Pierce. But for these three developments, they are actually very closely located to the CCR location, and that's why you are seeing per square feet like this. But if you were to wish something that is closer to the Orie, we can actually compare to the Reserve, Landmark, Continuum, AIBT, Grand Diamond. You can see the highest per square feet is 3.1, 3.1, 3K, 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 2.9, 2.9, 2.9, 2.8, 2.7, 2.7, 2.7. Even today at the Orie, you will secure a unit at 2.7K per square feet. To me, is actually a very safe entry price. If you reach out to me and we'll go through the balloting process together at the Orie, my job is actually to find out for you the lowest per square feet in the development, the average per square feet in the development, and the highest possible per square feet in the development that's going to be transacted. So with these three numbers, we are able to have a very good gauge on the price that we are entering in the Orie. Last but not least, if you were to buy the Orie at this per square feet at this quantum, who can we sell to? So to cut the story short, as we know, Trevista Gem Residences have already break transactions up to 2 mil, 3 mil, and there's a reason why. So for example, you can see the Bidadari estate, the MOP flats in Bidadari, you can see the highest transacted 5-room flat have already done 1.34 million. So imagine back then how much did they bought the unit for versus their selling price. Let's say if they bought 500,000, 600,000, if they sell at 1.34 million, they actually profit about 7 to 800,000 in terms of their BTO. So with this amount, it's more than sufficient to actually down pay or fully down pay a 25% of a 2.5 million or 2.6 million property in the Orie. This is just an estimation. Of course, we can do some detailed calculation as well. Bidadari for the 4 rooms have also crossed 1.1 mil as well. Next, that is nearest to the Orie is actually the Peak at Toa Payoh. You can see 5-room flat highest done at 1.385 million and your 4-room flat done at 1.09 million. So in future, when more of these owners with the MOP and they are looking to move to a condominium, definitely these are the people that can afford to buy the Orie. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is my analysis for the Orie. So if you are looking to visit Orie in January, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to bring you around and most importantly to help you select the best unit possible in the Orie. Alright, my name is Zacson. If you like videos like this, do help me like, share and most importantly subscribe to this channel. I'll do my best to provide more valuable contents like this. See you!